It's kind of wild when you think about it, like all the tech packed into our smartphones.
Yeah.
I mean, we use them for practically everything these days, right?
Right.
And behind all those amazing capabilities, there's this a tiny but super powerful component we're going to explore today, the Snapdragon processor.
Absolutely. It's the engine room of your smartphone.
Definitely. And we'll be diving deep into what makes Snapdragon processors tick, why they've become so crucial in the mobile world, and what it means for us as users.
Exactly.
So we've been digging into some fascinating insights from a podcast called The Power of Snapdragon Revolutionizing Mobile Technology.
Okay.
It's been really insightful, giving us a solid foundation for this deep dive. Our mission, you could say, is to really grasp what Snapdragon processors are all about and how they're shaping our mobile experiences without getting bogged down in technical jargon.
Makes sense.
So let's get right to it.
Mhm.
In the simplest terms, what exactly is a Snapdragon processor?
Well, think of Snapdragon as a family of high-performance processors, kind of like the brains of your phone. They're developed by a company called Qualcomm.
Qualcomm? Okay.
Here's the key thing. They're not just your average processors. They're what's known as a system on a chip, or SO.
So, I've heard that term thrown around, but what does that actually mean for, like, everyday users?
Imagine this. All the essential components of a computer, the CPU, the GPU, the modem for connectivity,
Mm.
even dedicated AI units, all crammed onto a single chip.
Wow.
Like it's a miniaturized computer, specifically engineered for mobile devices.
Yeah,
Think of it as having the brain, the muscles, and the nervous system all working together seamlessly.
that's a pretty incredible feat of engineering. So, for our listeners, what are the real-world advantages of having all those components working together on a single chip?
Well, first off, it means super fast communication between all those parts, which translates into a much snappier and responsive user experience.
Gotcha.
Like your phone feels smooth and quick. And secondly, it's a major factor in making your device truly smart.
Okay.
When the CPU, the GPU, the modem, and the AI engines can all collaborate seamlessly, it unlocks all these cool possibilities, like smoother multitasking, better gaming and streaming, and all those smart AI-powered features we love.
Right, like intelligent photo processing or voice assistants that actually understand us?
Exactly. It's all about letting your phone handle demanding tasks effortlessly.
Makes sense. So now that we've got a grasp of what Snapdragon is, let's talk about why it's considered a leader in mobile performance. What sets it apart from the competition?
One of Snapdragon's major advantages is its multi-core CPU architecture. This means the main processor, the CPU, is made up of multiple independent cores, almost like a team of specialists working together.
Interesting.
Instead of just one core handling everything, these multiple cores can tackle different tasks at the same time. This parallel processing capability is what gives you that speed and efficiency when you're running a bunch of apps, playing graphically intense games, or editing videos on your phone.
So it's about splitting the workload, right?
Exactly.
Now, the source material we've been looking at also mentioned something called cryo cores. I think that was in their high-end Snapdragon 8 series processors. What's the deal with those?
Yes. Cryo cores are Qualcomm's custom-designed CPU cores, specifically created for the unique demands of mobile devices. And what's really cool about them is how they strike this balance between performance and power consumption. They can deliver that punch when you need it, but they also know how to sip power when you're just doing basic tasks like checking email or browsing the web. This helps a lot with battery life.
That's key. Nobody wants a phone that dies halfway through the day.
Absolutely, it's a really smart design choice.
Now, you briefly mentioned the Adreno GPU earlier, and I know it's especially important for things like gaming and video playback. Tell us more about that.
Sure, the Adreno GPU is the dedicated graphics processing unit within the Snapdragon SoC. It's specifically built to handle complex graphical computations, which are crucial for smooth, visually rich experiences. So if you're into mobile games like, PUBG Mobile or Call of Duty Mobile,
Oh, yeah.
or if you stream a lot of HD videos, the Adreno GPU is working hard behind the scenes to deliver those stunning visuals, high frame rates, and detailed textures.
It's amazing how far mobile graphics have come. It's like having a console quality experience right in your pocket.
I know, right?
Speaking of sophisticated technology, let's move on to artificial intelligence. AI is playing an increasingly important role in our smartphones, and Snapdragon seems to be a driving force behind that. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Modern Snapdragon processors come equipped with dedicated AI engines. Think of them as specialized hardware and software designed to accelerate AI tasks directly on your phone.
Interesting.
And this isn't some futuristic concept. It's already powering many features we use every day, maybe without even realizing it. like that lightning-fast facial recognition that unlocks your phone, or the seamless real-time translation you get in some apps, even the way your camera automatically enhances your photos.
Right.
A lot of that relies on the AI engine inside the Snapdragon processor. It's using machine learning to analyze data and make smart decisions in the blink of an eye.
So it's not just raw processing power, but the ability for our phones to actually learn and adapt, right?
Precisely. The AI engine is designed to crunch those complex machine learning calculations efficiently, making your phone smarter and more intuitive with each interaction.
Fascinating. So we've talked about speed, graphics, and on-device AI. Now let's dive into another crucial aspect, connectivity, specifically 5G. It's been all the rage in the mobile world. What's Snapdragon's role in bringing 5G to our smartphones?
Well, Snapdragon has been instrumental in the widespread adoption of 5G. Many of their processors, especially those in higher-end phones, come with a 5G modem integrated directly onto the chip. And that close integration is key to unlocking those super fast download and upload speeds that 5G promises.
So it's not just about having a 5G modem, it's about how seamlessly it works with the rest of the processor, right?
Exactly. This tight integration also helps with power management, making your 5G experience more efficient. And it really translates to tangible benefits for users.
Like what?
Think about streaming Ultra HD videos without any buffering, or having crystal clear video calls with practically no lag. Even online gaming becomes incredibly responsive no matter where you are.
That sounds like a game changer for mobile connectivity.
It is. It's about your phone being able to keep pace with our ever-growing demand for data and seamless connectivity.
It's clear that Snapdragon processors are the unsung heroes powering so many of our favorite smartphone features. But let's bring it all together for our listeners. What does all this advanced tech actually mean for someone using a Snapdragon-powered phone in their daily life?
Ultimately, it's about having a device that can handle whatever you throw at it with speed, efficiency, and intelligence. Whether you're a serious gamer, a photography enthusiast, or just someone who needs their phone to be reliable and smooth for everyday tasks, Snapdragon processors are designed to deliver a top-notch experience across the board.
And their reach extends beyond just smartphones, right? We touched on extended reality or XR earlier.
Absolutely. Snapdragon is also powering the growing world of XR devices, both augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR. Think about those cool AR filters you use on social media often. A Snapdragon chip is doing the heavy lifting, processing those digital elements onto the real world in real time. But it goes far beyond that. Snapdragon is also behind those immersive VR headsets for gaming and entertainment,
Right?
and even sophisticated tools for education, training, and even medical simulations. It's quite remarkable.
It's amazing to see this technology pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Now, the podcast we discussed mentioned different series or tiers of Snapdragon processors. Can you give us a quick breakdown of what those different numbers mean for the average consumer?
Sure. So Qualcomm offers different Snapdragon series to meet various needs and price points. At the top, you have the 8 series. These are the flagship processors.
The premium ones.
Yeah, the ones you find in the most expensive smartphones. They offer the absolute best performance, the latest AI advancements, cutting-edge 5G, and top-of-the-line camera capabilities. Then there's the 7 series, which still packs a punch in terms of performance and features, but you typically find them in more moderately priced upper mid-range devices.
So a good balance of power and affordability.
Exactly. And then you have the 6 series and 4 series, which are designed to bring solid, reliable performance to more budget-friendly smartphones. They might not have all the bells and whistles of the 8 series, but they still provide a great user experience for everyday use.
It's all about choice, isn't it? Making sure there's a Snapdragon processor for every need and budget.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap things up, let's take a peek into the future. What's next for Snapdragon processors? Where do you see this technology heading?
Well, the future of Snapdragon is incredibly exciting. Qualcomm is pushing the boundaries in key areas like on-device AI, which will lead to even smarter and more personalized experiences. And of course, connectivity will continue to evolve with even faster and more efficient wireless technologies on the horizon. We can also expect further advancements in things like camera tech, displays, and audio.
And beyond smartphones, where else do you see Snapdragon making a significant impact in the future?
That's a great question. I think we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of Snapdragon's potential. We already talked about XR, but think about the automotive industry, where powerful, efficient processors are crucial for self-driving cars and advanced driver assistance systems.
Right.
Smart homes could become even more seamless and integrated thanks to Snapdragon's advancements. And the world of wearables, like smartwatches and AR glasses, is another area where Snapdragon's unique blend of power and efficiency will be essential.
It's mind-blowing to think that the same tech that powers our calls and apps today could be driving our cars and running our homes tomorrow. So, as we conclude our deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to remember about Snapdragon processors?
I think the most important thing to remember is that Snapdragon is the driving force behind the intelligence, speed, and connectivity that we've come to expect from our modern mobile devices. It's not just a speck on a box. It's the engine that makes all those amazing experiences possible.
It really makes you appreciate the tech that's often hidden away inside our phones. So, for our listeners, consider this. As Snapdragon continues to evolve at such a rapid pace, how might it reshape not just your mobile experience, but your entire relationship with technology in the years to come? It's definitely something to ponder.